Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to get right into it. I've just been hanging out here in the backyard getting a little bit of vitamin D before I head to the States this week. It's just a couple of days now. I'm going to San Jose and spend the night on Tuesday, do a few things up there, and then I'll be headed to Alabama on Wednesday. Anyhow, the subject today is fasting, water fasting and fruit fasting. I've heard a lot about fasting ever since I started this lifestyle, and I'm hearing a lot more about it lately. And I've got some probably middle of the road thoughts about it. The more I notice, and once again I talk about this a lot, and I study stuff. Sometimes I overthink things. I don't know if it's a trend for views or attention on like YouTube and social media, but is everything absolutely black and white in this world, in this movement? I mean, it's like I have a lot of gray areas in my life, and I see a lot of, if this is like black, this is white. I mean, there's a lot of areas in between, but it's like I think it just gets more attention to grab a team and hang on to it. So what I see is you have a lot of people that are always talking about juice fast. I'm going on a juice fast this week. Oh, I'm going to do a water fast. I'm going to do a juice fast. I've fallen off, so I'm going to do a juice fast to get back into a raw vegan lifestyle, or get back into a raw till 4, whatever you're doing. Or I'm going to do a water fast to clean up because I haven't been eating properly and I haven't been living like I know I should. And I see some of these groups where it's like I see the same people. They're getting ready for a juice fast, another juice fast, a 60-day juice fast, a 30-day juice fast. I see less on the water fasting because that's a little bit more intimidating, and it's tougher. It's tougher than the juice fast. On the juice fast, the juice feast, I guess you would properly call it. You're actually taking in nutrients. You're taking in calories. You're taking in sugar, albeit you're still not getting, you're not going, no matter how much juice you drink, you're not going to get the same kind of calories probably as you're getting in eating, but still you're taking in calories. With the water fasting, you're not. That's it. All right, so you got the people that are doing fasting all the time, and they look at fasting kind of as a jump start. They look fasting as a way to lose that weight real quick, kind of, a jump start. Let's lose some weight quick, and then we can follow the plan to keep it going. All right, on the other hand, then we have some of the people that are just, the minute the word fasting comes up, it's almost like they get angry. I don't know if they've had some bad experiences with fasting or whatever, but it goes back to what I'm saying all the time. If you go out tomorrow and fast for 187 days, probably not going to be good for you, but I mean, I see no reason why I'm going to get angry with that. It's not going to affect me whatsoever, and as long as nobody's forcing you into doing it, well, then it's just a free choice. So, you've got a lot out there that anytime that comes up, they believe in fasting under no circumstances, no fasting, no restricting, never, nada, blah, blah, blah. And they use a lot of things, and you know what? I'm kind of like, where am I going with this? I'm about to tell you what my view is, and that, like I say, once again, I always try to just throw it in there. This is my opinion. I'm not telling you go do a fast. I'm not telling you fast or stupid, don't do it. I'm saying educate yourself, read. Don't look to other people to tell you if this is good for you or not. Read various sources, study different people, and decide for yourself. Now, as you know, if you've watched my videos for a while, or if you've watched many of them, I've done one fast. I've done a water fast. I did an 8-day water fast while I was locked up last summer. The title's something like that, 8-day water fast behind bars, or locked up, something like that, locked up in Panama, if you want to find that. I did an 8-day fast under less than perfect circumstances, and for now we're talking like a year and 2 months ago too. I wasn't near as far. That was only about halfway. Like, if you take my journey from when I started to now, I was only about the halfway point right there. So I didn't know a lot about it. I didn't have the proper things necessary to break the fast. I will do another fast at some point. And when I did that 8-day, I thought I started really looking into fasting a lot, and I kind of And it makes a lot of sense. I've read people like Dr. Bragg, Dr. Arnold Ehret. I always say his name wrong. And I've read other people. I've read quite a number of stuff on the subject. And I do believe in the value of fasting and using fasting for certain purposes. I feel less the need or the desire or the calling to do it now, although I know somewhere I'm in the future, when the conditions are right, when I have enough time to take away from everything and just kind of disconnect, I'll do a water fast again just simply for that. If it, nothing to do with the physical, it was just a good mind, soul, body cleansing of being off food. But as I tell you, I will do a water fast again, and I'll dabble. I'll play around from time to time with some juice feast in the future. Maybe a 3 or 4 day here or there. But I'm trying to go for a long-term cleanse, a long-term detox, and instead, try to be constantly detoxing. That's why I'm always working on tightening up my diet, so I don't have to feel like I have these needs to go do something drastic like stopping eating and do this particularly, because if I'm always detoxing at a slower rate, yeah, I'm going to detox quicker if I do a juice feast or if I do a water fast. But if I'm constantly detoxing at a much slower rate, I just don't feel that there's the necessity to do that near as long or near as often. I kind of went through a phase where I thought I was going to probably do a water fast on every equinox with the change of the seasons, like 4 times a year. Not necessarily a long one, it might have just been like a 1 week one. But anyway, I'm kind of in a different place now. I feel like I'm trying to keep on some good solid weight. I'm getting the detox just through the way that I'm eating and living. And I'm going to say this on the fasting thing to some of the people out there and some of the groups you're in, and you see other people and you get excited. There's no gimmicks, there's no shortcuts to this lifestyle. Eventually, you are going to have to follow the program, or follow your program, or follow a clean eating program on a regular basis. You're not going to be able to do it with some little fast to start you. Now, the metabolic damage, that's something I really am going to do some looking into, because on the one hand, I'm not going to, again, not black and white. I see so many people out there that just they preach metabolic damage like it's in general, like everybody that's ever restricted, that water fast, that does this, is going to have metabolic damage. Let me tell you something, people. I have restricted. I told you before, I think the term restriction implies intent. So I wasn't intentionally restricting, but I was restricting because I was eating way too few calories for a period of time, a good period of time. I've water fasted. I've under-eaten a lot. I've restricted quite a bit. The one fast may not have been able to do it, but I've restricted quite a bit in the past, and even when I first got into this journey. Now, maybe I'm just immune, but the metabolic damage thing just seems not to have happened with me. And I can tell you why just from this case. Because even though I've done that, I still, over 2 years after being high raw, raw vegan, and having made some stumbles and mistakes along the way, it's a conscious effort to keep my weight where it is. Unless I just radically change the way I'm eating, and it's not calories, like I tell you, I'm not perfect on getting my 3,000 calories a day, but for my fitness level, I think I do get adequate calories, because I doubt very seldom I go below 2,500 calories in a day. And more I'm getting closer to that 3,000, up 28, 29. But I will not, even if I restrict now, if I have a busy week, which I did a few weeks ago, I had a busy couple of weeks, and and it probably wasn't drastic. It wasn't like I was going from here to here, but maybe I was missing, that I was maybe 300 or 400, 500 calories below some days. And my weight started dropping again. So one size doesn't fit all. You're not going to 100% get metabolic damage if you've ever restricted or if you do a water fast. But I'm going to end this up by just repeating myself, don't look for gimmicks, don't look for fast solutions. Eat a diet of whole plant-based foods drink a lot of water, get some sunshine, get some rest, and look at it as a marathon, not a sprint. I don't even care I don't care if you're 500 pounds, you got there, just get healthy. Just get healthy. Please stop looking for all these shortcuts and just do it the right way and stay steady as the course. You know, just bam, bam, bam. One step in front of the other each day is much better than trying to run a marathon all in one day. Anyhow, that's my ideas on fasting. And if you're going to do it, look into it, educate yourself. Don't just go in willy-nilly because some group in a social media, there's some guy on there that just did a 30-day juice fast. No, no, no. Look into it. Be responsible for your health. Be responsible for what you're doing. Call everybody out on everybody they say about any of this stuff. Call me out. Call your leaders out. Call your gurus out. Call everybody out. Ask why. Why? Who said so? Now, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, you know, but it's just like have that inquisitive mind. Don't just don't just like glam onto somebody and just follow them and do what they do. Know why you're doing it. Study a little bit. There's a lot of information out there on that great World Wide Web. Anyhow, I hope you guys are having as good a day as I am, and peace.